Hello, my name is Ashlynn and I am a senior at Atlanta Classical Academy. The process of finding a topic for my thesis began with The Lord of the Flies. Ever since we read it in 8th grade, I knew that I somehow wanted to incorporate it into my thesis because it was my favorite book that I've read since coming to this school. The book takes place on an uninhabited island that a group of young boys crash onto. Once there, they quickly realize that there are no adults on the island, and they must create their own way to keep order and survive. Thus, two boys who are bigger and older than the rest emerge as two potential leaders. Their names are Ralph and Jack. And from the start, it becomes obvious that neither Ralph nor Jack know exactly what to do in order to maintain their order or survive on the island. However, another boy named Piggy, who is more short and more chubby, does actually have a sort of knowledge of what they should do. However, the boys ignore Piggy's guidance because they constantly poke fun at and ridicule him. And that ultimately leads to catastrophes such as a huge fire being started on the island and killing some of the young boys on there. These events highlight the problem of having only two strong powers which people seek answers from, and this eventually comes to center my thesis. My thesis seeks to investigate whether a political system consisting of two parties is better or worse than those containing multiple parties. The second book I looked into was the Federalist Papers, which describe both the importance of unity and the dangers of factions. Though, as they state, factions are inevitable within a democratically run government, powerful factions ought to be avoided. The Federalists claim that this may best be done by having a large pool of ideas and people involved with to have a large pool of ideas and people involved with decisions, as it allows there to be more diversity of ideas, and thus the likelihood of having a massive majority taking over is severely lessened. Therefore, I believe that a political system consisting of multiple parties is superior to that only has two, because it allows for a larger flow of ideas and it prevents a majority from taking too much control of decisions that a country makes. For example, if in Lord of the Flies, the boys had actually listened to Piggy, who was sort of like a third party, or maybe even Simon, who was also silenced by the ridicule of the boys, then maybe they could have handled their situation a lot better instead of simply relying on Jack and Ralph, who didn't really have a clue of what should be going on.